I don't want to look like a tomato. Like a little Disney baby. Like a little, ooh. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Liz, and I'm so excited to be starting off my YouTube content with one of my favorite topics, Disney. So today I thought it would be really fun to do kind of a chit-chat, get ready with me makeup tutorial of my go-to Disney princess look, with also my thoughts on the new Disney phased reopening due to coronavirus. If you'd like to see how I do this makeup look and my thoughts on the new Disney reopening, please keep watching. So I kind of just always do a variation of this because I always want to look like a Disney princess. Right now I'm just using the Baby Skin Maybelline Pore Eraser Primer, which I think just does the job, and I kind of just use it everywhere. I also use this for prom, which was a fun time. My entire look for my senior prom was just how princessy can I go, which it worked out well. So now I'm just doing my foundation, which is just the L'Oreal True Match Blendable Foundation in W5. Everyone who knows me knows that I love everything about Disney, the movies, the princesses, the parks, the company as a whole. I want to work there one day, so Disney, please hire me, please. I'm just gonna talk as I do this. Yeah, so I love Disney, and with everything that's been going on with coronavirus, I think it's been very interesting to see their approach. I look stupid. Slight disclosure, in this video I will just be talking about the Disney parks specifically, so Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida, which, if you are unfamiliar with, Disney includes their main parks, which are Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios. So they closed on March 16th of 2020 for COVID. They just announced they're planning a phased reopening, which on the one hand, I'm like, yay, oh my god, I love Disney, this is gonna be awesome, and I just want to go back there and I want to go to Disney. On the other hand, I'm like, I don't know. So they're doing frequent sanitation of the parks, so both the outside locations and inside, like restaurants and rides and all the inside attractions. They're also requiring all guests and cast members to wear masks or some kind of like face covering. As I'm doing this, I'm just going to switch to doing some powder, which is my Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 220 Natural Beige. They're trying to limit the capacity of people in the park, which, if you've ever been to Disney World, it's like New York City in Times Square on like New Year's Eve. It's like that, but more magical. So basically, they are suspending fast passes, extra magic hours, which if you don't know what those are, it's basically just certain guests, or if you're staying in a Disney resort, you get to stay after the park's hours officially end and just kind of experience the parks at night. But they are suspending those as of right now. Dining reservations and behind the scenes tours. So all those kind of like extra attractions they are limiting just because of COVID. They also are suspending parades, fireworks shows, and character interactions. I will start with the positives because I tend to be a pretty positive person. I think that the Disney company itself is a very detail-oriented company overall. So I think that they wouldn't do this if they didn't think that they could take all the necessary precautions to make it safe for guests and for cast members. By the way, I am using the Disney ColourPop collection. This highlighter is one of my favorite things ever. It is the Smile and a Song Disney Designer Collection. It's so fancy. From ColourPop, and it's fantastic. I do think that they are going to take this very seriously, and I do think that they're going to really put a strong amount of effort into making this a place that's still enjoyable and safe. I'm just using blush, by the way. So this is Party from Tarte, which I never used to use blush. I think it was just because I naturally have like pinky toned skin, and I was like, I don't want to look like a tomato. But now here we are. The image of Disney is primarily the movies and the parks, and the parks kind of work to bring to life the movies themselves. So without the parks, the image of Disney is kind of like, Disney is not just a theme park, it is a cultural phenomena. Okay, I just always think of that song from the Muppets, like, mana do 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 do. Also, I'm going to awkwardly spray my face with this Urban Decay all-nighter little spray and try not to swallow this. Tastes great. Also, just financially, the amount of people that are employed at the Disney parks, from character performers to quick service, cleaning staff, and managers, and any job you could think of is probably at the Disney parks. Companies big and small, whether it's family-run businesses or companies as huge as Disney, just want to reopen and give their workers who are very loyal to their company a way to provide for their families again, which I totally understand and I get, and I think that's a very positive thing of them opening again. Side note, now I'm going to move on to eyes, and I always just like prime my eyelids with a little bit of powder just so it doesn't get like creasy. And I'm going to be using, also with my Disney Color Pop collection, which I'm obsessed with, is the Disney Designer Collection Princess Palette, which I also just love because it's got the little signatures, which anyone who knows me knows that like AP Physics in high school, I could not pay attention. I'm not a STEM person at all. So I would just like sign my name in my notebooks, not like fancy or anything, just like literally like write my name. And then I realized I shouldn't be signing my name, I should be signing princess names. So I can do the Disney signatures like stupidly well, and that is all I learned in AP Physics. I'm just starting with a little bit of Triton, which is just like this top color, and I just do it in my crease. I didn't think I would get to the point in my life where if they told me Disney's gonna close and then they're gonna open, and I would be like, no, but here we are. In terms of everything that's been happening with COVID, I've generally been very wary of places opening up just because I don't think that we've had really enough of a lull in the number of cases. It's not just people from one community, it's people from all over the country, all over the world who want to come to Disney, and just the varying states of health and safety just makes me concerned for the longevity of a phased reopening with Disney right now. Okay, side note, I am going to be going in with the color Ray on my lid just to brighten up my eyes. And I'm just worried that people will not all be open to the same standards that Disney is requiring when they reopen. Next, I'm going in with the color Beast from Beauty and the Beast just in my outer corner. So I also think that guests are going to still, whether you're telling them that Disney is changed or not, they're still going to want that experience that they had before COVID. The expectation of guests might be very hard for cast members and just the Disney management to uphold right now. We've never had a Disney without character meet and greets and without parades and without fireworks. Like all of the stuff that really makes Disney stand out from just theme parks is getting altered, and rightfully so, but it definitely will change the landscape of a Disney vacation. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to eyeliner. I don't even know what this is. Infallible Super Slim Liquid Eyeliner by L'Oreal. Oh, I'm doing winged, by the way, which I just think helps to kind of draw out your eyes and make them look a little more big and princessy. I feel like my goal of all my makeup, whether it's this makeup or like any makeup, is just to make my eyes like look like golf balls, which is super attractive. It's just very hard to imagine a Disney where you don't get to go hug Mickey or like meet a princess or something. I know every time I've been to Disney, even this past year, I am 19 years old and I met several princesses and loved the experience and got a little bit nervous when I met them because I was like, oh my god, it's Ariel. I just can't imagine a Disney without that, and I'm sure that Disney will put measures in place to kind of not replace that part of the magic, but to find other alternatives for guests, and especially young guests, to have magical experiences while they're there. But it's definitely gonna look a lot different, and the character piece of it is something that really bothers me because I know they can't do it, and I totally agree with their decision to kind of put that away for now, but it just still doesn't feel like Disney to me without that. I now have 2 eyes of eyeliner, which is always the goal. Now, mascara. I'm using the Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara by L'Oreal. Apparently I use a lot of L'Oreal makeup. Normally, like, if I was doing eyeshadow, I would do my mascara first and then do my eyeshadow because it just gets so bad. But since y'all are watching and I already have eyeshadow on, I will try to do this less grotesquely while talking. Another big issue I have with them reopening is just thinking about the guests that are going to be coming back. I think that you'll probably see a lot of people who either held up until the closing or in previous years had Disney like season passes because they're probably living in closer vicinity than some other guests to the parks and it's a little more accessible for them to come. They also probably are just more financially able to come if they were already coming multiple times a year. So I feel like people who have never been to Disney, this is probably not the time they're going to choose to go. I think such a big part of Disney, at least previously, was making those first memories. Seeing little kids walk around with their little like, my first visit pin and stuff, like that's just so cute to me. And I think that Disney really does a great job of initially like drawing in families and especially kids to that kind of like first time experience of Disney World and the characters and everything like that. And I think that not having that will kind of alter the vibe of Disney. Is it worth it to open and do all of this for guests who might have the opportunity to come back again or are season pass holders who could come back if they were to reopen later when it's safer? My roommates always laugh at me because I go through so many tubes of mascara. In my makeup container from school, I probably had like 10 different bottles of mascara and they were all empty. So that's really sad. I'm going to do quick eyelashes off camera because y'all don't want to see that. That's actually scary. But I'm just going to be using these Ardell Demi Wispy lashes. They're just kind of like standard lashes. I feel like they look good with every look and they're not too far off from my natural lashes so they don't look too crazy. So we're gonna go do that. Okay, so we're back. We have lashes on, which obviously this is for a little more dramatic. I would not do this for every day if I was just trying to do this, but for shows and prom, this is kind of what I did. I'm just gonna finish this off with mascara just to kind of blend the lashes and my real lashes together. Okay, and then just for lips, this kind of depends on like also what I'm doing. If it's for every day, I might just do like a pinky chapstick, or I'll do this lip liner. But sometimes I also use, shocker, my Disney ColourPop lipstick in the shade Belle. So I'm gonna start with my lip liner, which is an Urban Decay lip liner in the shade Manic. And then I'm going to finish this off with my Belle lipstick and just kind of dab that on. I don't know how people do makeup without making weird faces. Like, I think it's just kind of essential. I feel like if guys ever watch girls do makeup, they probably would be scared. I'm just gonna finish this off with some powder. This is pretty much it for the finished makeup look. I think it's very Disney princessy. In terms of Disney reopening, I would say I have mixed reviews on it. I love Disney. I think that it would be a wonderful thing if they could reopen safely and if guests could still have the same wonderful magical experiences that they did prior to coronavirus, but only time will tell to see like just how much Disney's able to keep their parks at the same level of magic and just wonderful guest experiences as they had before. I sincerely hope the best for Disney. I hope the best for Disney guests planning to go to the reopening. I'm very curious to see how this all goes. I hope it's good. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this kind of content, please comment down below, like, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much and have a lovely day.